Are you deaf or simply ignorant, woman? The biker snarled, driving his fist down against the bar surface. His voice reverberated throughout the diner like the crack of a rifle. Every patron's attention shifted toward the disturbance, yet the woman remained unmoved. She maintained her position in her pristine military uniform, posture erect, gaze fixed ahead, quietly nursing her coffee as though the hostility weren't directed squarely at her. The largest of the three motorcyclists, bearded, seething, wrapped in a leather jacket reeking of alcohol and poor decisions, advanced closer, violating her personal space. "That booth belongs to us," he snarled, thrusting his finger mere inches from her features. "Get out before I physically remove you myself." The establishment fell into complete silence. Even the jukebox appeared to falter momentarily. Every patron anticipated her apology, expected her to rise, to fade into obscurity as everyone else had done when these men strutted through the door. But she remained still. She methodically placed her cup down, straightened her gloves, and met his stare directly. "You don't wish to pursue that course," she stated quietly, her voice like tempered steel beneath silk. The bikers erupted in laughter. Their leader pressed forward, expanding his chest. "Woman, I'm not intimidated by some military girl in decorative insignia." His companions snickered behind him, flexing their knuckles and placing whispered wagers. She remained motionless. She didn't even blink. The atmosphere grew suffocating. One of the servers had already retreated behind the counter and contacted emergency services as a precaution. But what transpired next caught everyone completely unprepared. With the accuracy of someone who had executed the maneuver countless times, the woman rose to her feet. In a single seamless movement, she redistributed her weight, captured the man's extended finger mid-gesture, and rotated it backward until his knees collapsed with an agonized cry. Before his associates could respond, she pivoted, delivered her elbow into the second biker's torso, expelling all air from his lungs, then rotated and eliminated the third man's footing from beneath him. The entire sequence consumed merely 4 seconds. When the commotion subsided, she alone remained upright. The establishment erupted in collective gasps. The primary antagonist writhed across the floor, grasping his injured limb, moaning in agony. His companions fared no better, one gasping for breath, the other groaning face down against the ground. The woman resumed her seat, retrieved her coffee, and calmly continued drinking. "This booth is now available," she announced, not bothering to glance in their direction. That moment triggered the murmurs. Someone identified the insignia on her shoulder. A distinguished sergeant, Special Operations, discharged merely 6 months prior, following her 4th deployment abroad. Silver Star recipient, Purple Heart honoree, classified mission veteran. Her records remained confidential, but her reputation? That carried weight within specific communities. She hadn't arrived seeking confrontation. She was merely traveling through. A brief stop for refreshment during a lengthy journey, to pay respects at her father's burial site. But these men had selected the wrong adversary. Too presumptuous to recognize that the reserved woman they were taunting could neutralize all three without exerting herself. Law enforcement arrived within minutes, yet the bikers declined to file complaints. They couldn't proceed without acknowledging their instigation, not without evidence. Though someone had captured everything and discreetly provided it to the responding officer. The officer, himself a Marine veteran, assessed her with a glance, offered a salute, and inquired if she required assistance. She politely declined, expressing only her desire to complete her beverage undisturbed. Before her departure, the establishment's owner approached. "Ma'am," he said, his tone subdued and reverent, "that seat remains yours indefinitely, and refreshments are complimentary." She acknowledged with a single nod, stood, and exited without further comment. By the time the footage reached social media that evening, it had already achieved viral status. Millions of views, thousands of responses, not due to the altercation itself, but because of her composure, her restraint, the manner in which she neutralized 3 adult men without arrogance, without fury, and without uttering more than a handful of words, pure discipline personified. People began referring to her as the Quiet Storm. Media organizations attempted contact, but she never acknowledged them. She sought neither celebrity nor interviews. She simply wanted people to understand one principle. Never confuse silence with vulnerability, because genuine strength requires no vocal demonstration. Authentic strength simply waits patiently until action becomes absolutely essential. And when it finally moves, no one anticipates its arrival. Before we conclude this narrative, drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. Don't just scroll. We're reading every single one. If this story touched you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know how you feel in the comments.